Hello guys, Has back again. Sorry, look a little rough and tired and hungry and sad and all that stuff. I just woke up. There's a lot going on, and it's a rainy day outside. It's really gray, so it's like I think that energy. While I do like that, it's like I think it's like permeating the vibes. It makes everything seem a little heavier, like emotional stuff seem a little heavier. But that being said, I wanted to get on here and just make a little video about our so-called dating gurus and the people we get advice from online about dating and the stuff that we're told and how it's probably a bigger problem than even the people who think they're giving advice realize it is. And when I mean what's a bigger problem, I mean the advice itself. And obviously, let me make a disclaimer. A lot of these people mean well. This is the same advice I sadly would give people I know, give myself. It's good advice. It's good advice. We all know the advice, and I'm not gonna say it because I'm gonna say certain examples throughout the video to make my point, and y'all will get it. Because if you hear it in a certain context, it makes sense. But if you step back from it and hear this advice from a certain viewpoint, you're like, oh, I see where the issues are coming from in dating. Back in the day, when I was younger, and I always love going back in the day, dating advice was so intentional. Everything that you were told to do was super intentional. Like, you need to make this person feel you. The biggest fear that you had when it came to, at least men trying to get girls, so to speak, the biggest like fear I guess you could have is like, okay, she's not aware that you feel the way you feel about her, so you need to just let it be known. Don't put yourself in the friend zone. Get straight to the point, kind of, sort of. Like, let her know you feeling her and you trying to take it to a certain place. That was the advice. That's, and if she's trying to put you in a friend zone, get out of there. You don't want that. You're not gonna like it. All that good stuff. It was about being intentional. It was about not necessarily, because I came up in the era where chivalry was already dead, but it wasn't like it wasn't buried 20 feet under like it is now, but it was already dead. So still people were like, don't simp, don't be just giving a girl money, don't be just don't do that. Like, it was still, that was, we didn't have the term simp then. It was just being called, I don't know, it was just called being stupid. Don't be stupid. But now things are so insane when it comes to what the meta is. If you people follow game jargon, you know what meta means. It's most effective tactics available. It's just the stuff that you can do within the game's design that is the most efficient way to get the job done. It's the least investment for the biggest reward. The meta now for both genders, all genders, is to act as uninterested as possible. You need to make the connection. So however you do, cold approach, get her number, Hinge, dating, TikTok, whatever, however you meet your people, Instagram. You need to make the connection and then be as hard to depend on as possible. That's what works in a sick way, right? And I've seen this in my own life. In a sick way, what gets people to like you and to invest in you and to do the things that used to be common from partners in old relationships, spending time, coming when you need them, helping them out, being a listening ear, being a shoulder, helping them out of a jam financially maybe, or helping somebody move, just spending time, investing time and energy and maybe a little bit of money and stuff. Now if you were to do that now, you would be looked at as you're losing the date. Like you're losing. And you will be looked at that way by the person you're dating. Forget what everybody else thinks. Oh, a girl texts you, hey, I need help with this, I need help with this. And God forbid you say, sure, I'll help you move. I have a truck, I have a pickup truck. You only need to move a dresser and, a doggy bed and a couple totes or something. The girl will then turn around to her roommate like, dummy, got him, like, and then she's gonna ghost you after that and then go sleep with the dude who didn't want to help her move. And then vice versa for dudes. We all know, trying to spend, this is just an easy example. Getting the girl, it's a big flex if you get the girl that everybody has to either take out, spend money on, blah, blah, blah. It's a big flex if you get her for free, basically. That's like the big, copyright music. Sorry. I was playing college football at 25. I got absolutely annihilated by the Texas Longhorns. I will not be playing this game anytime soon. But anyway, yeah, it's a big flex. That's like one of the main flexes in the male side of dating. It's like getting the girl that everybody has to take out on a date, getting her to come over in the middle of the night for free and have her bring you food type thing. This is striking me so much because I was just watching just some content creators that I always watch, people who keep me grounded and as I'm going through this dating world myself, keep me from forgetting the war zone that it is, the weird what is the word? Counterintuitive, upside down world that it is. And why I wish as a man, deep down, I could just turn it off. Like I wish I could just turn it off and not want to date at all. Because nothing about it is making sense anymore. Nothing makes sense from either side. From either side. I won't say nothing, absolutely. Certain things are based in some good, some logic. But on both sides, there's just a way it has to work, because it doesn't have to be this way, but the way it seemingly has to work at this point makes no sense on paper. It's just so counterintuitive. Like, for instance, like, women are literally on TikTok all the time, shaming men for not wanting to put their wallets into play when it comes to dating. Cool. How do the men get treated who do, though? How do the men get treated who do put their wallets into play? They get made fun of. There's billions of TikTok videos. If I had the energy, I can make a whole compilation of these things. I've seen some stuff where girls are just like literally laughing and joking on the dude who did put the money down, but then they're shaming the dude who don't put the money down. You lose. It's lose, whether you put the money down or you don't. And that's just one example. I know I witnessed some hypocrisy on the men's side too, so to speak, where in my own dating life, and I know other dudes relate to this, I think every dude has fumbled a good girl at some point in their life. We complain that, there's no good girls and there's no girls worth settling down with. All these girls are party girls, all these girls play games, all these girls make you chase, play hot and cold, come over. They texting you as if they like flirting with you. They come over, they want to go straight to sleep. It's confusing, it's annoying. Why did you come over here just to waste my time? It's annoying, right? It's confusing. As soon as you get a girl that is like, I'm ready to be together now. She's all right. Say she's not the baddest girl in the world, but she looks nice. She blah, blah, blah. She's cool. She's down to cook, bring you food, invest, spend money. I had a girl like use her grandmom's car to come see me, drive 30 plus minutes there and back just to see me, just to come and sit with me, not spend no money, spend her money. And dudes have all fumbled something like that. And then it takes you years to realize what is wrong with me. You didn't realize what you had when you had it. So that's what I'm saying. You get over, it's something in the male body. I don't want to say that because I don't want to speak for everybody. But there's a lot of dudes who relate to the idea of when I did get a girl, or even now, some people still have issues with it. When I do get a girl that's clearly into me, clearly down to like drop all everybody she talking to. She only care about me as far as I can see. She investing. Girl showing up at my job, bringing me stuff just to hang out. Pulling up at my job just to help me close so I can get out earlier. She don't even want none. She just want to come help me out. Girls like that are boring. We look at girls like that as like boring. Because it's like, you know, what's the, you know, I have conquered you. You are conquered. Time to go conquer new lands. And I'm going to go conquer that shiny new land that I've been investing in for months. The girl that keeps leaving me on red in the DMs. Yep. I'm going to leave this great relationship to go get played by this girl who probably doesn't even know I exist, even though I've been swiping up and responding to her stories, leaving fire emojis on her stories for 2 years now. This girl probably doesn't even know I'm a human being. I'm going to leave you to go open myself up in case she does respond to me one day. What is wrong with us? Like, I think a lot of this advice and just the tactics and the strategy in the books, in the articles, in the gurus and all this stuff is really just a byproduct of everybody being deeply, deeply, deeply heartbroken and scared to admit that that's what they are. So they have to try to make some sense of something that no longer makes any sense. But nobody wants to be the heartbroken, sad, scared person because that's weak and you're weird and you need to man up or woman up. Because of shame. We say shame is dead, but no. Shame is very much alive. It's just we don't shame people for the stuff that we used to anymore. We shame people for dancing at parties that you were supposed to dance at. We shame the DJ for not playing music you can dance to at a party where we also don't want people to dance because they're scaring the hoes. You see how none of this makes any sense? None of it. Our whole society is stupid. Nothing makes any sense anymore. And I think everybody deep down knows that, even if subconsciously, but we all just act like we got these tactics to finesse the system, and you know, we feel so smart and so clever when we do get something out of these tactics. But when we sit back, what did we get? What did we accomplish? None of this makes sense. We're just burning down our society piece by piece. And I'm not even going to get to the higher level part of this because I think some of the stuff, like obviously I think higher, you know, corporations and whatever agencies, whatever, might have put some of this stuff into play. But I think at a certain point, they probably sit back and watch this stuff play out like, wow, they're really taking this and running with it. Like, we really just introduced this app to the zeitgeist as an experiment, and they are just coming up with their own little world around it. We didn't say any of this. We didn't plan for none of this. We just put this in the community, and they're completely destroying themselves with it. We didn't plan for that. We were just trying to make some money, but hey, win-win. We get two for one. We get the money, and we get the breakdown of society, which will lead to us getting more money on the way down. Bro, we really gotta... I mean, I believe that we're too far gone because so many people have based their lives around this stupid system. And I'm trying to say focus on dating. This stupid system of dating. Enough people have grown up in it now where it's normal. And to them, it kind of makes sense. Even when you ask them, you ever like seen any of these videos where it's usually like these podcasts where women go on where sometimes it's a woman podcast. They're like asking the questions. A lot of times it's a dude. But they'll like let these women like speak so passionately about their points. And this is why I feel this. And this is why I feel this. And then the podcaster will eventually ask them like a simple question. Like, okay, explain that given this obvious thing that you also said you acknowledge. So you acknowledge this obvious thing that completely contradicts everything you said. And you said that this thing that you acknowledge is a fact. Explain how you acknowledge this is a fact, but the complete opposite and contrary thing that you just said cancels out this thing that you believe is a fact and is unavoidable. And they'll just be like, I don't have to explain myself to any man. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody even wants to break down the wall and face the fact that everything that they've been taught and everything that they're doing is stupid. It's a crazy world we live in, man. This is like it's specifically with dating, because we could attribute this to a lot of things. But it's a crazy world we live in, man, where this is so sad, because literally the best thing you can do as a man, and I'm literally in the middle of talking to this girl that I really like, and I hate to say it, but I have to be what I don't want to be to talk to this girl, and it's working. And she could ghost me at any moment. That's always possible. Right now, she's allegedly out traveling with family. She became really slow at responding, so I was like, listen, let's just do this. Let's plan a date, so that way we don't gotta, constantly worry about talking, blah, blah, blah. Let's plan a date, meet up when you come back. And she actually responded and was like, cool. I thought she was gonna like back out, because that's a lot of girls' first exit. Boop. Oh, let's plan a date. Ghost, unmatched. Like, if they don't like you or whatever, they look at your picture a little too hard in the wrong light, they're gonna just ghost you at that point. But she responded and was like, sounds good, let's do it then. And I was like, don't worry about responding, go enjoy your time with your family, I'll check on you after the holiday. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to check on her after the holiday. I want to talk to her through the holiday. I want to damn near be a part of the holiday with her. Obviously, I don't know this girl. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, she could be. I've had an experience. My last Hinge situation that went right, you could say. It was this girl who looked lovely. She was an absolute psychopath. I couldn't believe a girl could be like that on the internet. And then I meet her. She's lovely for a night. And then I think I make one wrong assumption and immediately apologize. And she just was never the same and became an absolute psychopath. I think I said the wrong joke or assumption or whatever I said, and it broke her shell. And she just became a psychopath. And I dealt with her so long. And I kind of miss her in a toxic way. But that's the programming getting into me too. I gotta chase the girl that was crazy and toxic. I gotta fix her. But talking to this girl, it's like, she could be crazy, but she seems lovely. And we got a lot in common. She's beautiful. And I have to play this game that I don't want to play. And I know a lot of people say, well, you don't have to play the game. Just say your intentions. She's gonna ghost me. If I say my intentions, it's what's going to happen. It happens to attractive men, really attractive men. Girls will take the fact that the dude professed his feelings for her. If this girl realizes that, holy crap, this dude's really attractive and he likes me, a lot of girls will take that as I win. I won. On to the next. Like, I won. I've seen it up close. It's what happens. I don't care. I know people are going to say I might be lying. I don't care. I've seen it time and time again. I've seen it happen to my coworkers. I've seen it happen to people I know, and they're so confused. They're so confused. And I feel so bad because I'm older than them and I've been in this stupid system. I got to see it become a thing. And I had like a younger coworker whose girlfriend was way less attractive than him. This dude was heartbroken and confused for days. Heartbroken, man. Heartbroken. He was so confused when he was just like doting on this girl who was a 5 at best. And she would it was a humiliation ritual, because once he started like really investing into the relationship like that, she just started like playing him so bad. But they were so good while he was kind of just like playing the field. But once he started investing in her, she got like this big head. And there were times where she came to the job when he wasn't working just to hang out. Because my old job was basically smack in the middle of like a college campus. Well, it was really close to a college campus. It was the most convenient place probably to go eat for that college campus. And he and his girlfriend, I never even had the guts to tell him. He could sense it, and it hurt him enough. But I didn't even tell him this, because he wasn't close at the time. That like his girlfriend would come there and just say mean stuff about him, basically, like talk trash about him openly around his coworkers. We obviously we wouldn't talk to her, go over there and talk to her. We weren't close with her or anything. But she would just sit with her friends and be like, yeah, I'm just doing this with him. I'm just seeing whatever. I don't care. I'm just letting him think what he wants to believe about us, and I'm just doing my thing, like stuff like that. And I'm just like, you're like a 5. You need to count your blessings. There's girls who come in here and literally ask this dude for his number all the time. Break rules. Follow him in pretty much like upset work. Customers are trying to order. Girls are interrupting the customer's ordering to get this dude's number. There's girls literally openly flirting with him. Well, not flirting with him, but like talking about him in the reviews for the job. Saying that they find this person, this attractive young man, and blah, blah, blah. And this girl who's a 5 is playing him, and he's chasing after her. So, with that being said, attractive, unattractive, whatever, you have to play the game. And I hate it. And let me add, like, why do we have to play this game? What is the goal? Well, simply, it's because if you try to just go straight at somebody and get them to like you based off of that, just energy, or just the fact that you like them and you look how you look and you're presenting yourself, oftentimes it won't trigger the right things in the person's brain to make them like equally pursue you and y'all equally pursue each other like it's supposed to be. The purpose of playing the game and the reason why it's necessary, only necessary now, it's only necessary now because of all this stuff being messed up. People's brains are messed up, so these are the games we have to play. Most people are trying, because that won't work long term now, because those people are pretty much going to get shamed out of liking you, are going to get something's going to happen to make them feel weird about liking you and pursuing you the way you're pursuing them. If you're pursuing them, they kind of want to just keep dragging, taking without giving. It's basically they want to take more than they give, always. That's the name of the game if you're going to go that route. When it comes to playing the games, the purpose of it is to go through the back door pretty much and hardwire yourself into this person's animal brain, I think it's called, or lizard brain or whatever. You hardwire yourself into this person's brain and almost become like an addiction that supersedes whatever plans or whatever strategy they might have about dating. You make them just to roll all that out and be like, I don't care what my friends think, I don't care. You almost become like an addiction in a sense. Instead of being somebody that they just like, you become barely a person. You become this hard to attain idea that they must chase to further understand, if that makes sense. And through them doing that, you kind of can glean some of the actions out of them, of somebody that's pursuing you for the purposes of a relationship. It can backfire once they feel like they understand you, or you do something that breaks the illusion and they see you as just a person. I had to throw that in there because I know somebody's going to ask, why do you feel the need to play the game? What's the purpose of it? That's why. It's stupid, but it works. Even for unattractive people, it works. It's kind of the only way unattractive people can get it going. it could become a job if that's not your natural way of being. If you're not naturally this man that's like, or person, because it's this other way around too, as I mentioned. If you're not naturally a person that's aloof and, you don't really get attached, whatever. If you're not naturally that type of person, it's a job. Like, you have to play this game. And then you always wondering what game the other person's playing. You can't never be at peace. That's why, like, people make fun of simps and people who just, fall for anybody and blah, blah. Oh, I'm in love and blah. People fall for this stuff. I mean, people, make fun of these types of people, but they're the ones who are, like, blissfully ignorant to all this nonsense that we participate in. And they're the ones that's living life, man. Most people, though, that's playing this dating game, there's a reckoning, bro. That's why I don't want to jinx it because I really do like this girl, and maybe she isn't playing no game because honestly, she should have matched me a long time ago, I would have thought. Maybe this goes well, man. I would love to just get with her and get out the game. I'm done, man, because I pride myself on being a logical person, and a lot of what this dating world is and a lot of what you have to be is just illogical nonsense. It's illogical, stupid nonsense that people pride themselves on. But this stuff wouldn't hold up under the slightest bit of logical scrutiny. And you can't have a logical conversation about it because people aren't even going to entertain it. Because they don't want to have to face the fact that they live in a make-believe stupid thing. This stupid thing that we just constructed. And it's all constructed this way just to avoid being hurt like we were hurt that one time. Granted, I'm very traumatized by the stuff that I went through with women. Like, I'm very traumatized by me going out with a girl and believing she loved me and her doing all this stuff and making me believe that she loved me. It was a great relationship, and I ruined it when we broke up. And then leaked messages come out of her, talking crazy trash about me. Meanwhile, she's still trying to hit me, It's, that stuff, when you're young, man, you don't even know how to deal with that. Because it's like, what do you mean? You don't even know how to deal with that. You're so hurt. When your fantasy gets broken, when that whole Disney, I found my woman, or I found my husband, I found my future man, blah, blah, blah. As a kid, you really believe that. Like, we love, like, when you first have your first love, it's deep. It's hard, man. It's deep. It gets in there deep. It becomes your whole life for a minute. Maybe you got sports, maybe you got academics, maybe you got this, that, and third. But once you get into that first love relationship or whatever, it's heavy. It's deep. It means everything. And when you lose it, depending on how you lose it, especially under what circumstances, what's going on around it, what's being said, what comes out, what leaked text messages come out, you'll never be the same. You'll never look at dating and what could potentially happen, what the goal is or whatever. You'll never look at it the same. It becomes corrupted data. And it just clashes. The corrupted data you have clashes against your human need for connection. And it becomes this mess. And I think, the way to prove that, and I'll finish up here with this. The way to prove that we're all just corrupted idiots doing all this is because, have you ever been in a situation, be it a hookup, a date, or a relationship, whatever, where you get into it, you accomplish whatever your goal is, and your first thought after accomplishing this goal is, what am I doing? You just put in effort, money, time, energy to do this thing, and as soon as you accomplish it, you're like, what am I doing with my life? This is stupid. And then you just undo all this stuff that you probably put energy into. You don't even like this person. You don't connect with these people. You don't know what's going on. You just did the thing, and then you're just like, this is stupid. And you just undo all this time you just spent. Wasted time, wasted energy, wasted money, and you get out of there. And you do it again. See, that's how I know The human brain still wants that connection and that love, but because of all this corrupted data and this social media stupid pageantry dating app, looking your best, not being looked down upon by your peers nonsense that we put ourselves through, man, it will have dark repercussions. Mark my words. It's already having dark repercussions. It's gonna have dark repercussions. We got a whole generation of kids coming up in this. The kids who are in like high school and college now, they're bad. They are evil. Like, because we still have a conscience about it. Because we know, I'm approaching 30, I got a couple years. We know what it was before, how simple it was. So we can have like a heartbreak feeling about it. Like, oh my God, I feel guilty. I shouldn't have did her like that. That was crazy. Even the worst of us kind of can still feel a little bit. These kids are learning to be cold-hearted in 4th grade. In Discord chat room, they have no business being in. They're being formed with this. So the kids who are in high school now, they're really good at it and they're dark with it. And they're that's why, like, 21, 22-year-olds are like the most evil people in the world right now, in the country, as far as dating goes. We haven't seen anything. Watch when these little kids come up, these 8, 9, 10-year-olds. Do you think, I mean, obviously none of us will be dating them because we'll be like, none of that. I don't mean it like that. I mean like in their dating pool when they get older. They are not going to have any remorse for anything of any kind. They aren't even going to be programmed to be able to be heartbroken. They aren't even going to be programmed to feel any sense of responsibility for anybody else's feelings. They're going to break somebody's heart. Person's going to cry. They're just going to look at them like, why are you crying? And then just they dip. Like, we really have done it, man. And it all stems from just nonsense we've experienced in our formative years. And we bought into some stupid stuff. But it wasn't our fault. We were young. We were just absorbing what was put in front of us, and we thought it was a good thing. And I think it's too far gone now in the reverse. I know so many people who are just recessed from intimacy in their lives. They just can't get it. They can't have it. They can't have no intimacy. They just giving up because either they can't find somebody or it's not worth trying to find somebody, and what could come with it. What will probably come with it. I keep saying to myself every day, and one day if I end up with this girl and it becomes a thing, I'm gonna make sure I have to delete a lot of videos because I'll be saying like a lot of like not negative things but like bad jinxes on our potential relationship. But I'm just trying to. It's a way of keeping myself grounded, But this girl could just completely disappear on me. And here I am back to square one, hurt, A lot of people are giving up on this, and I don't blame them. If this don't work out, I pray I'm able to just give up on it. Without putting myself back out there. But we'll see. Yeah, my heart hurts for our hearts. With that being said, I'm gonna go cry now. Thank y'all for watching the video. If you did watch it this far, like, comment, subscribe, and I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay safe out there. Protect your hard money and all that good old great stuff. I'm gonna go get cooked in college football again, and I'll see y'all on the next one.